Welcome to Reunite with Self Podcast. I'm your host, Ruken. Here, we will be discovering and unraveling what is truly holding you back. We will put the puzzle together and give you clarity on how and what you can do to create massive shift in your life so you start creating the life you always envisioned for yourself. There is no more waiting. Whether it is liberating from dysfunctional family patterns or parenting tools and tips that actually make the difference, we will be diving into the truth and core of things that are simple and which yet no one talks about. I will be sharing with you all the things that would have changed my life massively if I heard any one of these episodes. A new world is awakening, and true bliss, harmony, and peace is possible on this earth. And my mission is to bring you closer to that, one step at a time. In this safe space, I will hold your hand and give you courage and certainty that you can shift anything and everything in your life. It is time we break the pattern. Whether you want to be the parent you never had or make a shift in your life so you don't play small any longer, you will find the support and guidance in this space. My intention is for you to find answers within yourself while you listen to this podcast, so you feel the bliss of reuniting with your true essence, with self, with so much love and compassion and courage. From my heart to yours, let's keep it rockin'. My gorgeous listener, welcome to another episode on Reunite with Self. I am so happy to be back. I'm saying I'm so happy to be back because I'm recording this episode after maybe a whole month of not recording. Every single week on Thursdays, my episodes goes live, and still I had my episodes every single week going live, but I pre-recorded the previous 4 or 5 episodes at once on July. So I am back now at the end of August recording this episode. I'm so happy. There are so many new things I want to share with you. There are so many new things that we're going to be doing before the end of this year. I just recorded another episode on my other podcast, which is in Turkish. So I'm just switching my brain to English now. To be honest with you, this podcast, Reunite with Self, the one that I do in English, I am originally from Turkey, so my first language is Turkish. But I feel, in all honesty, I feel like I am sometimes more honest about some things in this podcast in English. I think it's just this subconscious thing that most of my family doesn't even understand what I'm saying right now because, they don't speak English or they don't speak English as well, like this well to listen to a podcast in English. So I'm just thinking they wouldn't even bother, although it's my podcast. So just like subconsciously, I feel more free in some things when I'm sharing things about my life, my story, and all the things. So this episode, I wanted to record about, and I wanted to share with you about why I feel as if this is my the first holiday. So the reason that I didn't record for a month is because I was away. I'm still away. I'm going to be back to work soon, like fully. I'm going back, like soft transition now, just like recording the podcast, but I'm not back to work yet. I will be soon, which I'm so excited about because I feel so rejuvenated. Mentally, I've never felt so like free, relaxed, rejuvenated, just nourished and rested ever. And also, in all transparency, by the way, like I've been away for a month now, and yes, just a little over a month, and I feel as if this was really my first vacation in my life. And I'm going to share with you why I feel this way and I'm going to tell you my takeaways from this experience, what it really proved to me. But also, in all transparency, I want to share that I'm also going through some really, really tough challenges. Maybe I'm going through these challenges, like not maybe, I know this, just because I feel stronger now. So I am, I guess, more open to face what's still there that I should face, transform, make decisions about, and heal, and all the things. I know that I feel stronger, and that's why this challenge is really like challenging me right now. So I wanted to share that as well. Like I have it's at the end of the vacation now, but it's been really, really challenging the last week. But still it does not take away from the fact that this really was truly the first vacation of my life. And I'm going to share with you why. By the way, the challenge that I'm going through right now has nothing to do with this. So it's just, I guess the timing had to be like this. I want to share with you why I feel as if this is my first vacation, that this was my first vacation. I never felt so relaxed, nourished, seen, heard, connected, centered, and good in my nervous system ever in any vacation. And I now see why. I've been telling this to my friends and everyone that, I really feel like this is my first vacation. I never relaxed so much. I feel so free in my head. Like mentally, I feel so good. Of course, it's because I changed my life completely. Like I know this for sure. It's not because I didn't work. I really time blocked this time. I think it's because also I worked 7 days a week, like nonstop. I think I'm sure I mentioned this before, but I've been working really with a lot of dedication and devotion and with amazing energy for like 16 months nonstop. And it's of course not sustainable if you don't take any time off, because I did not want to take time off. I just had this amazing energy and I was working 7 days a week, really transforming my life in all areas of my life. There is still so much to do. I just begun my journey. I've just begun my journey of my life. I know this. And I'm so happy and grateful that it's happening right now. And I know that the reason that I feel so good in this vacation, it's not because of, I don't know, where I was or I was like still in places that I've been before a long time. It was not because I wasn't working, because I was I was a business owner before, but I was not the boss of my life because I was not living up to my potential. I was not living up to my truth. And I was not so intentional before in my vacations or my life. So there are so many things I want to share with you, but what I want to say is I felt so good in my nervous system for the first time because I was not abandoning myself. This time around, I was very intentional with whom I was spending time with. I was so intentional about it. And also because I had been taking the steps and the actions and really, truly like started creating my incredible life. I'm not saying my life is incredible in any means. Like I am sure you understand what I mean, but I truly started my path, my true path. I started taking the necessary actions. And so I feel like I am the one who's creating my life now. I don't feel frustrated about my life. I don't feel frustrated about my path. I'm really using my time, my resources, my energy on the things that I believe in. And I just begun. Like, of course, there is the impatience that comes up. Of course, like everything, insecurities, fear, everything. But I know that I'm in my journey now. Like, I'm dedicated to my life now, and I am walking that path now. And of course, I will learn this path until like the moment I die. I know this. And I'm so grateful that it is like this. I want to share with you the reasons why I feel as if this is my first vacation, because I have been like, so many places in the world. I was going like quote unquote to vacations, to holidays before many, many, many times. But there were a couple of things that was very different. First of all, I was never time blocking, because the reason I was telling you I was working 7 days a week, blah, blah, blah. The reason that this holiday was different was because I time blocked. I think it's called time blocked. Yes. I'm still switching to English, but I time blocked and I said, okay, so I'm going to work my ass off until the moment that I'm going on vacation. And then I'm not going to I'm not going to continue this, this schedule during my day. I'm not going to work. I'm going to stop and I'm going to come back fully with my full force, with my drive, and even higher energy, higher inspiration, higher abundance, higher prosperity. I know this. And I'm going to share with you, maybe I'll do another episode on this part of it, but I want to say I time blocked and I really did not work. Maybe I was working, I don't know, sometimes an hour or so if necessary, but it was like, it's nothing when you compare it to my regular life. So it's not even like work for me, just like the simplest things that I had to do. But other than that, I was not like creating anything new in my work. I was not like, I was not working really for myself. So that was a big thing. So my brain really switched off. And when I go like that, I am really in my feminine energy. Like I was not even, I'm just like in the moment, catching up with my friends, like doing the things, dancing, connecting, and just like swimming, whatever, in my body, with the people that I love, with the people that I feel safe around. This is so crucial. And I had some confirmations during this time, because it was all about my connections, obviously. And I had some realizations, of course, with some few people that I spent time with. I was like, like I'm not gonna, it's not worth it. I can see clearly how my energy goes down when I spend any time with these people. And it was like obvious, by the way. This was not a surprise, by the way. Not a surprise at all. I knew it was like it was resistant, like there was resistance before I saw these people, and the experience was not connecting for me or nourishing for me or nor loving. I didn't feel seen or heard in any way. It was not there. It was not reciprocity. I was not taking anything from it. Like even if it's just like a few laughs or anything, it doesn't need to be like deep connection with everyone. But I had some realizations like this too, which is great, because it was more, I was more like, I'm learning this, but it's more of my simple energy, like my energy, more simple, more, what's another word for simple? Like nothing that does not really belong to me. I am living a more self-compassionate life now. And that's why I'm going through this challenge that I'm going through right now, because like really, I'll go through it another time. Like the thing that I'm going through right now, I'm not going to share because I know that it's not going to be beneficial for anyone. But I know that there is going to be so much takeaways, like so much, because it's so hard. There is always so much takeaway from it, always. But right before, so I was coming from this vacation and I'm like, oh my God, I never felt so rejuvenated, so connected, so like full of life, so relaxed, so rested. I felt so rested mentally. By the way, my vacation for me is not like lying around. I love to move my body. I have to move my body to feel good. And then like after I move my body, I love like resting my body and it feels so good. And it's time then to connect and chit chat and like spend time with my loved ones. But before that, I love to move with whoever I'm with. So it was really, really amazing. And yeah, I know the reason, obviously, like the reason that I wasn't working, that I took the time off, was because I felt like I deserved it. So this is huge. When you are in your path truly, when you know that you are really doing your best is always, it can always be a level up, by the way. But when you truly know that your resource, your time and your energy, when you know you're using these two resources in the best, highest way, when you know you're really pushing your limits every single day, really going after the best solutions, going out of your comfort zone, really showing up for your life. It doesn't have to be perfect, like no need to be perfect. But when you know this, that you're really in devotion for to create your incredible life, then you feel deserving. Then you don't feel frustrated. Then you are not shrinking yourself to fit in or not like upset someone or blah, 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 like, or all the narcissistic things coming from your family or other people around you. When you are not like bothered with that, when you have your boundaries, your healthy boundaries, when you're fully showing up for your life, when you're really dedicated, when you are surprised to your own energy of how you're going after your life, then you feel, I think, that you deserve to rest, because I think that creates more abundance for you. So this was the first time that I felt like I deserve to not work until 3 p.m. and call it vacation. Before, it was like that for me. And it was not like, how you use your time as well. That's another topic. But I felt for the first time, okay, I'm going to take this time off because I really deserve it. And because we all deserve it. And I took the time off. I was not even feeling guilty about it. I was feeling amazing about it. And I love working. But I was feeling so good that I wasn't working, because I know that like there are so many benefits to it. I can feel it in my bones that it's good for my work, for all my work, that I'm not working in that time. And I was very intentional with my time, obviously very intentional with who I was surrounding myself with, what we were doing, how we were spending our time. I'm just thinking about the word spend your time. I don't even like to use that word, but how we were in the moment, like what we were doing in the moment and what we were being and how we were seeing each other or not. If I was feeling seen and heard, if I was truly connecting and all the things. And my nervous system was calm for the first time. It was a first for me. And only after, experiencing it, I realized that, wow, like I'm not doing anything that I don't want to. I'm not doing anything to make someone happy, to fit in, or the narcissistic tendencies that we talk about. Like I'm not doing anything in hopes of getting love back or getting approval one day or confirmation, very subconsciously. So it was just amazing, pure joy, just like kids and wise adults as well. It was just so beautiful. I am so grateful, and I know that I would not be able to call it the first vacation of my life if I did not change my life completely a year and a half ago. Like I always explain, I would not call it the first vacation of my life. It would still be similar to my old experiences, although maybe the people would change or the places might change or, whatever the situation, whatever. But it still would not feel as if I was living up to my potential, creating my life, like all the things that we talk about here. So I'm so grateful. So this is the reason why time blocking, that I was not working because I felt I deserved it. And also because I felt like truly I was, maybe this is not the right word for it, but the first thing that comes to mind is I'm being the boss of my life now. Like I choose my life now. I create my life now. I am being more intentional about my life now. I can be more picky about my life now. I can really do the things that I feel that is good for my soul, good for my system, good for my nervous system. And so the whole experience, I know, for the people that I was spending time with was very different for them as well. Very different. People, what people call quality time or whatever. It was just another level. And I know it's just the beginning. And I'm just so grateful. First of all, like the main thing for me, I think it's good for my nervous system. And only after experiencing this, I know that this is healthy. This is the first time that I truly felt like, okay, this is what vacation is like. This is what holiday is about. This is what connecting without, the regular schedule of your day with your loved ones, whoever they might be. So it was so, so beautiful. I'm so grateful. I'm still not back home yet. And I'm recording this in a different place right now. I hope the sound is good and everything is good. I'm going to be back soon, and I'm so excited for the next chapter of this podcast because there are so many new things that I want to do with you, that I'm going to be creating to help and guide you for you to start creating your incredible life, because it's right around the corner. And I want to hold your hand for you to have the courage to start truly creating your incredible life, no matter what others might say, no matter what other people or family members or friends or whatever might think. I want you to start creating your incredible life. You empathic, highly sensitive, compassionate, open-hearted individual. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. And I'll see you with so much amazingness on the next episodes every Thursday. Oh, and by the way, I'm taking questions now. So if you've been here until the end of the episode, if you have any questions for me to do an episode about, please send it to me on DM, direct message on Instagram, on Kevela. It's in the show notes. Kevela is my goddess wear brand. You're going to see Reunite with Self there as well. Please DM me with your question. I would be so happy to do an episode based on your question. It can be something personal as well. I'm not going to share your name. We're going to pick a nickname for you, and I'm going to do the episode on your question. I would be so happy to do this. I'll see you on the next one. My gorgeous listener, if you had any takeaways from this episode or from this podcast in general, I would love to know. Please share this episode with a few loved ones right now. You never know how they can benefit from something so small. And please take a screenshot of this episode and share on IG, tagging me at Kevela. That is KHEWELLA. Kevela. That is my goddess wear brand, my Instagram page. I would love to know what your takeaway was, or something you found inspirational, or a confirmation you believe in as well. That would make my day. And you can always DM me if you have a topic or a certain question in mind that you want me to talk about. And give me a 5-star rating if you feel like it. That would help this podcast immensely to get the word out. I love you. See you on the next one. I want to see you shine your brightest.